What's up? I'm doing my second Q&A today. First off, I'm sorry this took so long to put up. This is my third time trying to film it for ridiculous reasons. So hopefully this one goes better and I can actually get this one up. So first off, I got a lot of music related questions and I've answered pretty much all of them before. So instead of answering all of the ones that I just got individually, I'm just going to kind of sum up what I listened to. Lately, I've been listening to a lot of Korn, Motionless in White, Rob Zombie, Pearl Jam, 9 Inch Nails, Tool, Pussifer, Primus, In This Moment, and basically just stuff like that. As for my favorite genres, I basically listen to just about everything. But my favorite genres and what I listen to most frequently are rock, metal, and all of the surrounding genres of that. So to start off with Tumblr questions, Blood Guts and Death Nuggets asked, do you make artwork? I think I saw something about you drawing. If so, could you show us some of your works if you're okay with it? Yeah, I do. I have a separate Instagram account for all of my drawings and paintings and more traditional artwork. So I will link that below if you want to check that out. I don't do as much drawing and painting as I used to. I just don't have as much time for it anymore, but that's where I put all of that stuff. I also just started a public Snapchat a little while ago, and I post previews of stuff that I'm doing, like drawing-wise, on there, so I'll put that in the description too. Spook Central asked, what black eyeshadow would you recommend? Pretty much all the time I use the black eyeshadow that's in the Kat Von D Shade and Light eye palette, but for single eyeshadows and more inexpensive things, NYX has a line of single eyeshadows called Primal Colors, and they have a black one, and it is probably the darkest black eyeshadow that I've ever used. The only problem I have with it is there's a lot of fallout. Something I've tried is using a damp brush to apply it so it's a little bit wet. I think that helps minimize some of the fallout. That's something you can try. One more option is Wet n Wild has eyeshadow trios that look like this. And they have a couple, this isn't one that has black eyeshadow in it, but they have a couple that do, and I really like all of the eyeshadow trios that they have. They're all really nice quality. I am not gonna try to pronounce your username. You asked, where do you want to travel? I'm not super huge on traveling. I mean, I like to travel, but I don't seek out traveling just to travel, if that makes sense. If I have a reason to go somewhere, then I will go and I will enjoy it. But I don't really have specific places that I want to go just to go there. I would be excited to travel pretty much anywhere if I had a reason to. Anonymous asked, what's your fave dessert/food? For dessert, my main weaknesses have always probably been brownies and cinnamon buns. I tried a vegan cinnamon bun recipe. Oh my god, it was so good. So good. As for just foods, salad, smoothies, pasta, teriyaki bowls. That's like my whole diet right there. Alex Sinister asked, do you have any advice for someone that would like to wear extravagant makeup like you do but isn't confident enough? I would say just go for it, because the worst case scenario is either you don't like it or somebody decides to point it out and be like, wow, your makeup is extreme today, and you can just be like, yup, that it is. If you'll have fun with it, there's no reason not to. If you're worried about people seeing it and you're just trying to build up confidence, I would recommend just practice with your makeup when it's late and people are asleep and you're not going to be going out anywhere, and then you can just kind of just do it for yourself and not have to worry about anybody else. And then as you get more comfortable with it through experimenting, then you can take pictures of it, you can wear it out of the house, you can do whatever you want to do with it. But yeah, I recommend just experimenting at night, so there's like no pressure or anything. Anonymous asked, how do you overdraw your lips? It may be more of a tutorial question, but I was curious. Also, what's some of your favorite books, movies, and music? For lips, I don't know how well I'll be able to explain it. If it doesn't make sense, you can go watch one of my tutorials because you can probably see how I do it there. My top lip naturally sort of goes up at the cupid's bow and then curves downwards. It doesn't actually meet the corner of my mouth. Does that make sense? So I sort of start at the corner and then go up to meet where the top of my lip is and just sort of connect that. Kind of just go over my natural shape because my bottom lip is fuller and I want it to look a little bit more even. For books, I don't feel like I've read enough books to have favorites yet. I read a lot when I was younger and then I just stopped reading, but I definitely appreciate reading now though. But I just feel like I haven't read enough yet to have favorites. I feel like I gotta read all the books and then pick. The only book I'm reading currently is the dictionary. So, I mean, it's a good book, but I don't think it really counts because it's not intended to be read through as a book. So, but after I'm done with that, I would love to read some recommendations. So tell me your favorite books and then I will read those. For movies, my top 3 favorite movies are The Matrix, V for Vendetta, and Frank. And then for music, I answered that. Anonymous asked, what genre do you like to read most? I like psychology stuff, philosophy stuff, anything that's really gonna teach me something. I mean, you can learn from any book, but the more it's gonna teach me, the better. I like educational books, basically food for thought type books. Moving on to Instagram questions. Which boy asks your favorite horror movie? I'll name a few. I like Silence of the Lambs and Hannibal. I like the Purge movies. I like Silent Hill. I like American Psycho. I don't know what else. I've watched so many horror movies that they kind of all blend together because there's so many similar themes. Ouija Board Baby Doll asks, any role models that are important to you and why? I don't feel like I really have role models anymore. I sort of just try and take inspiration from everybody that I come across. But when I was younger, I definitely felt like I had a lot of role models. They were basically just all of the singers of the bands that I was into, I really looked up to. Like Andy Biersack, the singer of Black Veil Brides, was definitely one of my role models when I was younger. Along with Kellen Quinn from Sleeping with Sirens and Chris Motionless from Motionless in White. Basically musical people and singers of the bands that I was into, especially if they had more of an alternative look. Demolition Lovers ask, what's the biggest hardship you've had to overcome? I think just trying to figure out how I work. Trying to put together all the pieces of my own puzzle has been really interesting. I almost don't want to say it's a hardship though, because it's more of an exciting journey, but it also is really hard. But I feel like I haven't overcome it yet. I'm still figuring things out. Trying to figure out how my brain works and figure out how to rewire it. Goose Gum asks, where do you get your contact lenses from? All of my current pairs are from candylens.com. I can put that link in the description too if you guys want that. One of my last pairs was from pinkyparadise.com. They're also good, but... Morbid Picture asks, how do you keep your complexion so pale? I don't really go out of my way to do anything to stay pale because I tan really easily, so I can't really avoid it. But I'm just not really out in the sun for long periods of time anyway because it's too hot. But my face is usually more pale than the rest of me anyway. Like my arms are usually tanner. Sketchy Dude asked, have you ever tried cosplay? Yes, I have. Most of them were when I was younger though, and they were not very good. But just a couple months ago, I went to Comic-Con and I cosplayed as Frank from the movie Frank. I was also going to do V from V for Vendetta, but I ran out of time and I got sick. So that was fun. Maybe for Halloween. I think it'd be fun to do a more makeup-oriented cosplay sometime in the future, but as of now, I don't have any ideas for characters that I would like to do. Filthy Witch asks, do you plan to continue doing makeup as a career? Yes and no. Makeup was never my goal or like my dream job or anything. I didn't even think of it as a career option for me until more recently. I have a lot of different things that I would like to do. I don't really want to just have one set job, so I would like to do makeup professionally at some point, but it's not like my end goal. Does that make sense? I Killed the Queen asks, do you often go out in public with the makeup you display on Instagram? Yes, if I'm gonna do makeup and I'm gonna leave the house, and that's what I'm gonna be wearing. That's just how I look. Colleen Shock asked, are you inspired by any makeup artists or do you just think of ideas on your own? I mean, definitely both, but I'm very inspired by other artists all the time. I feel like the aspects of my looks and my color choices and more of the smaller things, I am inspired by other people, but the main look as a whole usually comes from the main way that I come up with my looks is if I have some sort of thought that I've been dwelling on, or a feeling, or some form of idea. I try to figure out what colors and shapes and different aspects would best portray that. I'll take the idea or feeling as the main inspiration and then use inspiration from other artists and other things around me to piece together what would create a physical form of that thought. Androgynous Alien asked, what inspired you to create such beautifully diverse looks? I feel like normal makeup doesn't really do what I want it to do. I feel like I can't put any emotion or ideas behind it. I can't really convey anything with it. So I kind of have to do weird things with my makeup. Allie the Unicorn asked, what got you into doing your makeup? My mom has always worn makeup, so I feel like I was probably inspired by her when I was really little. And then after that, a lot of the bands I was into wore makeup and dressed cool and whatnot. So I feel like those were probably my two main inspirations for when I was little, because ever since then I've been into makeup. That One Small asked, how long does it take you to create some of your more advanced looks? Most of my makeup takes somewhere between an hour or an hour and a half. Doesn't usually take longer than that. But I'm not exactly sure, actually, because part of the time is taken up by trying to get a good picture of it. So, I don't know, probably somewhere around an hour and a half. Zombitch asked, any body mods you'd like to get in the future? Alternatively, mods you would personally never get. Mods I would like to get in the future, I think it'd be awesome to have my nostrils done at a large gauge, and I would love to have my tongue split. I love the idea of belly button and nipple removal. I would love to have a lot more tattoos. I want to continue stretching my ears and my septum and get a couple more piercings, but I don't know what yet. Having my conch done would be really cool. I also think those little horn implants that you can get are really cute. But I don't know. I like a lot of different mods, but I have no idea which ones I'll actually end up with. I am just piecing it together as I go. Mods I would never get, I honestly can't think of any. There's not really any that I don't like. Like, of course, there's going to be a bunch that I end up not getting, but I don't have any that in particular I'm like, oh yes, I would never get that. ALXNX666 asked, what do you think about tattoos on the face? I love face tattoos. I would love to get some in the future. Funk asked, what's it like to be void? How can I be void if I don't exist? Void asked, what are some future tattoos you're planning on? I don't really have too many that I have a set idea on yet, except for one, which is a design of a bee that I drew that I would like to get. I almost got it, but I feel like I'm not supposed to get it yet, so I'm waiting on that. I'd love to get a lot more geometric tattoos, along with something involving honeycomb. Other than that, I just have a lot of very loose ideas, so we'll see. This person just said no thanks. Freyal MUA, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, asked, how did your style change over the years? Have you experienced any dodgy phases along the way? Yeah, I have weird phases all the time, and hopefully I always will. How has it changed over the years? I don't know how to explain it, really. I mean, honestly, a lot of things have stayed the same. I think the only major difference is that I experiment a lot more now, as where when I was first trying to figure out my style, I mostly just stuck to the same looks over and over because I found one thing that I was like, yes, this is what I'm going for. I finally managed to somehow achieve it, so I just did it like every day. But now I try to branch out a lot more because I don't like repeating stuff. The Undead Zombie asked, any movie that you'd like to recommend? The Matrix. If you haven't watched The Matrix, you should watch it. Okay, Kai asked, are there any bands / artists you'd like to or have seen live in concert? For bands that I have seen live, the first concert I ever went to was Owl City. I've seen Sleeping with Sirens, Black Veil Brides, Motionless in White, Falling in Reverse, Ghost Town, Korn, Chevelle, Godsmack, Rob Zombie. Oh, I'm so pissed. Like, just recently, I missed In This Moment. I wanted to see them so bad. I've seen Pussifer, William Control. Oh, and I've seen 21 Pilots too. I can't think of any others at this moment. There have been a lot because most concerts have 3 or 4 bands playing in the same night. And then a lot of other times it's been like festivals or Warped Tour and stuff like that. Ones I would like to see, I would like to see In This Moment since I missed them. I saw their last song and I was so sad because it was really good and I missed the rest of the set. I would like to see Pussifer again or Tool. Sort of Blue asks, what are 3 of your favorite products, like ones that you use in almost all of your looks? Also, when did you start becoming more serious about makeup? 3 favorite products would probably be Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette, e.l.f. Cream Liner, and Kat Von D's liquid lipstick in Witches, which is black. I have been using that liquid lipstick for everything right now because I am out of all of my eyeliners except for my gel liner. I don't have like any liquid liner that works right now, so I've just been using liquid lipstick for everything. But those 3 things I pretty much use every day. When did I start becoming more serious about makeup? I think it was probably around 2 years ago. I had an Instagram forever ago and I just started it as just like a personal account that had random pictures of me and my friends. And then when I started doing cooler makeup, I posted selfies with it, and then I noticed it was really fun, and I kept doing it, and I noticed that people liked seeing that, and I was like, this is really interesting. And then eventually I deleted all of my other posts that weren't makeup or outfit related, basically, and then just started trying to challenge myself to see how many different looks I could do and, you know, what I was capable of and how far I could take it. And here we are. S. Danielle D asks, what are your views on social media and the cycle of treatment others give? This is a really good question, and I feel like I'm not going to be able to answer it eloquently. I hate it. I don't like the way that people treat people online at all. I feel like we have such a power, and most people are using it incorrectly, and it's a shame. We have the power to type and edit whatever we want. We have these major platforms that we can speak on, and most of the time people use it for drama and bullying. I think when it's used correctly, it is a wonderful thing. It can be, but it's mistreated, as are the people on it. I've been following you for forever, and I just now realized I'm not sure if I'm actually reading your name the right way. Is it Jetta Turas? Asked, how long did it take you / how did you become so comfortable in being and expressing yourself? I don't know, it took a while, and I feel like I don't think it'll really ever end that I'll just be like completely comfortable with everything. I feel like it's probably gonna be a constant journey forever, seeing as I constantly change and there's constantly new things to become comfortable with. But how did I become comfortable? When I was younger, all of my friends were always like, oh, like you should dress colorfully and look happy. So I was like, okay. So I bought a bunch of colorful clothes and I was like, oh yeah, okay, this is how I'm supposed to look. And it wasn't fun at all, and I didn't see the point in it. I didn't think that looked happy and good to me. I didn't enjoy dressing that way. I didn't enjoy doing my makeup that way. I just didn't see the point in it. So I started doing things that I did see the point in. And through doing that, I found comfort and happiness from within and found what I was supposed to be doing. And I feel like through doing things that you see the point in, that's how you become comfortable. Redshaw Cody asked, you have a very androgynous look. What pronouns do you go by? I go by they, them pronouns. The Sinning Monk asked, do you find yourself going through phases with your makeup? I often find myself feeling the need to change everything about my look. Do you have a when in doubt / go-to look when you don't have enough time or energy to do something extravagant? For makeup phases, yes, I go through makeup phases all the time. and I hope they never end because it's pretty fun. For the past probably couple months now, I'm not really sure, I've been hating most of the things that I've been, maybe not hating, but I've been unhappy with the results of most of the looks that I've been coming up with. So I feel like right now I'm in limbo between an old and a new. So we'll see where that takes me and what phase I'm in next. A when in doubt / go-to look. I sort of do, but I try to change it each time so it's not exactly the same. If I have a bit of time, I'll usually do foundation and then either do black lipstick and mascara, or I will do like sunken in dead looking eyes and a symbol on my cheek, or some combination of those, or just do like weird eyebrows or something. And if I really don't have like any time, I either just won't do makeup or I'll just write something on my eyebrows, because that is quite a good and quick way to get a point across. Rachel Saturn asked, what is your favorite perfume or scent? I like really sweet scents and fruity scents, and vanilla. I love the smell of coffee. I don't have like one particular favorite scent, but that's, yeah. I just kind of like scents in general. Birdblood asked, what's your dream job? I was hesitant to answer this because if I say it out loud, then that means that it's like real. But I want to be a musician. So that is about everything. I did not get to answer all of the questions because I got a surprising amount. If I did not answer your question, I probably just did not have a good answer for it. I'm sorry. So I will leave all of the links and information and whatnot in the description, so if you're looking for something, that's where it is. If you have an inquiry or a qualm, leave me a comment. So thank you for asking questions. I hope this was interesting to watch, and hopefully it goes better than the last two that I tried to edit. So yeah, thank you, and I will catch you on the flip side.